Hi, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my hands, hi, I'm Erin of Planning Life with Erin, and I'm so excited you stopped by to check out this video. Thank you for being here. And if you're returning, hey, how have you been? All right, guys, so I am back from our Poconos family trip, and I am going to say this now. It was probably the best trip and the best family reunion that we've had. It was beautiful. We stayed on Lake Harmony. We stayed in a house that had, I guess it was like 3.5 levels because it was kind of like a sub level in the middle. 580 stairs. No, not really. But there was about four flights of stairs. Like if you were in the bottom level, like I was, there was many stairs to climb. I think one day I climbed 19 flights of stairs because that's what happens when you have kids. And we did a lot of texting and calling. I wish I had like a walkie-talkie because they were like downstairs. I was all the way upstairs or vice versa. And then somebody would forget their water on the top level and we were out by the lake or whatever. So lots of steps were climbed. I'm happy to report that I ate whatever I wanted and I didn't gain 1 pound, but my legs hurt a lot. Okay, anyways, I did do some journaling when I was away. It was beautiful on my level. So I'm terrified of heights. I have a severe, it's a phobia. Like it's not even like a fear, it's a phobia. I have trouble with bridges, escalators, being up high in general. It's gotten worse as I've gotten older. It's a thing. It's awful. I hate it. I really love to look at the views, but it's really hard to get close to the edge. But my level was still pretty high. It was probably like a 2nd-story house where I was. We had to go down like another, like, I don't know, flight or so of stairs to get down to the lake itself. But on that balcony, there was a nice like sofa set up, and it was like set back a little bit so I could sit and look out, not down. So that was helpful. I did some journaling and I did some art while I was there, which was really nice. But Tuesday was a day that we were packing up and we were traveling home. And then Wednesday was just a day of like nothing. Joe and I did some laundry and that's about it. It was kind of rainy here. So we just chilled out and like kind of just got back gradually into the swing of things. So what I was thinking was, so normally we do plan with me's, we do planner check-ins and things like that. So I don't really have much of a planner check-in. I did do some things yesterday. Today's Friday, by the way. Today's Friday, August 2nd. Yay. Happy August. So yesterday I did do some grocery shopping and all that because I realized we really didn't have much in the house, even though I thought we did. And ran some errands. We had a meet up with Joe because we dropped off the car to get fixed. So that's happy news. And so I didn't really think there was much of a planner check-in. It was just the Hobonichi Cousin. I didn't really use my weeks. I just used it for a packing list. And my Sterling ink is more of like memory planning type thing for this trip. But since this is my ride or die, my Hobonichi Cousin, I thought I had like 2 open pages like back to back like this. So I was like, I was originally just going to do a 1-page spread. And then I was like, you know what? I don't have much to write about for Wednesday because I did journal yesterday and I started today. So I had this idea that we're going to create like a memory spread and it's going to span the 2 pages and it's just going to be for the vacation. So what am I using? I don't know. I have a lot of different things here. As I said before in the past, if you are new here, my Hobonichi Cousin is 98.9% The Coffee Monster Co. As you can see, it is my favorite shop. It brings me joy. I absolutely love planning with their stickers for my weekly layouts and my monthlies and my journaling and all that. But I think for this spread, we're going to throw in some Coffee Monster Co. But I think I might add in some of the deco pieces from the Happy Planner. This one is Camp Nostalgia. I've used this in my Happy Planner that I use for content planning. And originally, when I bought the Happy Planner, I've planned a Happy Planner before, but I bought one not too long ago. I set up the monthly for July using this sticker book because I was thinking I would use it as like a memory type planner thing. And then that actually didn't happen. I ended up using it for content planning and it's been working fabulously. But there's a lot of like outdoor things in here. So I think I'm going to use this. I'm gonna bring in my grid washi because I always use my grid washi. I'm like over here, camera's over here now. 'Cause I love this washi, it's my favorite. And then I do have the 4 biomes, I think the name of this one is, so I might cut it up a little bit. I don't like to do that, but we have some nice nature ones, and we might do that. I was thinking about using, I have some vinyls, so I do have this one, and I know it's like the ocean, but there was a lake there, so I kind of feel like it's like lake-ish. There were fish in the lake, so this would work probably. And I do have this 2024. I have an extra one that I don't think I'm going to use because 2024 is like kind of almost over. Not really, it's not. I'm just like really excited for 2025. If you're a planner person, I'm sure you are as well. Let me know down in the comments because 2025, or this time of the year, it's like planner season. So it's like, what am I using next year? What's new for next year? What's the dealio, right? Okay. So I think it's safe for me to use that 2024 decal and this. This is a 2024 trip. So now for pictures, I printed it out. I was going to print on sticker paper, but my printer was being weird. So it came out kind of like, the ink didn't come out right. I do have a Canon Ivy. I love this printer. It prints out little mini, little pictures, probably around, I would say this, oh, that's Spencer yelling. She's playing a game with her friends. They're a little bit bigger than this. However, it's on photo paper, so it's a little thicker, and because the pages are so thin in here, I don't particularly like using these pictures in here. I've used them before when, I think it was last year or the year before, when we went for my nephew's wedding or my niece's wedding, and it worked okay, but I didn't like how heavy it made the pages. And since I have this art that I drew on these pages, I wanted to kind of keep it lighter. So with that being said, I printed it on just regular paper. I just took my pictures, I put them into, I use an Apple iPad. So I just put them into the Pages app and sized everything and then just printed them on paper and cut them out. So we're gonna make like a cool collage. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave spots for writing. We'll see how much space this all takes up. So with that being said, let's get to it, guys. So this is a little different. I don't know if this is like journaling or memory keeping, or I don't know what we're going to title this video. Maybe we'll just title it Spencer Yelling, Playing Games. If she gets, I think if she gets a little too loud, I might tell her to tone it down a little, girl, tone it down. All right. I think I want to use this here. I think I'm in frame. I should be. And use a little bit of the lake and a little bit, or a little bit of the beach one, and a little bit of the wood one. We'll add this in at the bottom, and then this is washi, so I can move it around if I don't like it, but I think that's gonna be cute there. And then we'll add a little bit more on this side. Yeah, we'll do this. Want to make sure we don't get the winter scene in there because it was not winter, thankfully. Although I think it would be absolutely beautiful in the winter. I am not necessarily a winter gal, but the weather was beautiful. We had a couple beautiful days. We did have a little bit of rain. I think it was Monday because I did wake up with a migraine. Of course, why not? I think I'm going to leave this blank for right now, but we might fill it in with this. All right, so we're off to a pretty good start. And I'm going to say a little side note. I have not done this really before. I've used, it's not in this one, it's my old one. Like I'll use a page for a memory board type thing. And then, like I said, I did do pictures for my nephew's wedding, or I'll just like add in like one picture, like when we did something. And again, I use just regular printer paper. Just to like not weigh this down too much. Okay, so here is a group photo of everyone, and I kind of wanted to put it in the middle, but I don't want it on the folded part. So maybe we can do something like this. I'm just gonna place them all down, and then I'll glue them down. All right, guys, I went kayaking like for the first time. Okay, so little backstory while I am sorting these things out. And then I'll maybe pull up some of actually, you know what? Let's just tell the story. Okay, so for years, when I first met Joe, or when we first started dating, I should say, not too long after we first started dating, we took a trip to visit his brother in Vermont and his wife and family. And there was a lake because I live in Vermont. So there was a lake and we decided to go canoeing and kayaking. Well, I don't know if you guys so I tried to get into the canoe with Joe and my nephew, who was little at the time. And as soon as we shoved off from the shore, I freaked out. And the lake was probably no deeper than my knee. So, and I know how to swim, but it was the motion of the boat that really scared me. So it's kind of been a little bit of a joke. That's how I met my brother. It's the first time meeting my brother-in-law and his family. And it was really kind of embarrassing because of the reaction that I had. But when I was young, I got stuck in a float that I shouldn't have been in. And I flipped over. I didn't I kind of almost drowned, but I was fine. I was rescued. But I think the motion of the canoe moving freaked me out and caused that freak out kind of feeling. So that it's just been an ongoing joke with my family since that happened. So where is it? Where's the picture? That's Spencer. So we all did it. I got in a canoe. I got in a kayak, and once I got the hang of it, I kind of just did a little kayaking around the dock. But once I got the hang of it, I took the kayak out a little bit with family, and I had a blast. It was great. And I told Joe, I was we need to go kayaking. That's just something that we need to do now. Because Weston got on one. I have a picture. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Here's Weston in the canoe, not the canoe, but I keep saying the canoe, in the kayak. And he enjoyed it. He picked it up right away and was just kind of relaxing and hanging out and loved it. Let's see. Here's little Miss Spencer in her kayak. It was so fun. And then I showed you mine. And then this was from the first full day we were there. It's Joe and Spencer on a paddleboard. It was so much fun, guys. I have always been torn between mountain life and beach life, right? I love the beach. Big fan of the beach. I kind of want to put this here. I wonder if I can get it to stick this way and put these like that, because I really like how that is. All right, we're going to say it's going to go there. We'll just put it like that for now. So I've always been torn for beach life and mountain life. And I have to say, I think I've figured out that I like lake life. So you get a nice combination of the both. You get the water, and then you get the trees and the wilderness and all that stuff. This was perfect. Just what we needed to recharge and all that stuff. I feel very well rested. I was very burnt out. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to tell her to calm down a little bit. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Her and I have had many conversations about her volume. She gets really excited. Her and her friends are playing murder mystery, something on Roblox, and they get really, really excited. And I'm like, you need to cool your jets, woman. Okay, so yeah, what was I saying? I definitely needed the trip. I'm not gonna lie, I've been very burnt out. I actually had some people leave comments a while ago about me having, or the irony of me being burnt out and only having 2 kids and yada yada. And I felt bad about that. I felt like suddenly I couldn't be burnt out because, also the comment had mentioned that I don't work outside the home, which honestly, I think that in the year 2024, we should be beyond shaming people, but especially women and other moms and caregivers, we should be that village that we were supposed to have and be. Oh, I have someone coming out. Hold on. Okay, it was snack time. I think I want to put this like right here. And then I want to save some space to write what the trip was. So we'll pull these down a little bit, and I'm going to mark it so I don't forget that I want to leave this space. So yeah, so we're in 2024, and I feel like we shouldn't be shaming people, and we lack the village that we were supposed to have. So I follow a lot of people that talk about like the inequities between men and women and husbands and wives and things like that. And yes, while that is all very true, I also think that there is a lot of judgment between women, and I hate it, to be honest with you. But anyways, so I've been very burnt out. And like for a while, I was like kind of feeling bad for saying that because of this comment that was left. But the reality is that it doesn't matter if I work outside the home, if I work inside the home. It doesn't matter if I'm doing something that I absolutely love with all of my heart and have passion for and all the things. Doesn't matter if I have 2 children or 10 children. I don't need a reason, or I don't have to explain why I'm burnt out. But with all that being said, I was burnt out. I have a lot on my plate right now with Planning Life with Erin. I get overwhelmed very easily because of my anxiety. And it's really hard to, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Maybe can I put this here? It's really hard, you know, with mom guilt and everything, and, you know, it's summertime, I'm trying to get some work done, and the kids are around, and I feel guilty that I'm working, and I'm not playing, and I'm not hanging out, and am I giving them enough attention, and all the things. These are all very, real things that I stress about all the time. So I was feeling very overwhelmed. And then add in packing and worrying about traveling and finances and all the things. I was feeling like the pressure. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit because we don't need all of that water in there. So this trip was really, really nice. It was nice to get away. It was a nice trip to be with family. Oh, I like that. I'm trying to like kind of leave some space for some other decor if I want to add some in. Or do I want to put, yeah, I like that. And then put this down here because this is like gel on the water. Yeah, let's do that. So I don't remember what I was saying. Oh goodness. So packing up, finances, all the things, I was feeling extremely burnt out. And I do want to mention in one of my videos that I had put up before we left, I think it was the Hobonichi Weeks Plan With Me, if you had seen it. I've since edited it, but edited it, I did some edits, there we go. But I was saying to Weston that I had a lot of work to do and I didn't want to do any of it. A lot of that was just packing and all the things. And also I was trying to, I just cut my page. I was trying to pre-plan and get things done before the trip. So that plus packing, plus all the worry and all the things, like I was feeling very stressed out. But I'm feeling very refreshed now. We had such a good time. A few years back, I want to say it was about it was probably 6 years ago now. We had also gone to the Poconos. We actually stayed right up the street from where we stayed this trip. And, beautiful place also, but it was kind of like, there wasn't anything to do there. We weren't on the lake. We actually drove into town to go do a little bit of shopping on like a little main street last time we went. And when we wanted to go and hang out by the lake, we had to drive to another lake. It wasn't Lake Harmony. I don't know which one it was, but we had to drive to a couple of places because there wasn't anything to do right there. This house was everything, what we really needed was there. Like we had kayaks, we had paddle boards. My brother-in-law brought a canoe. My husband and brother-in-law brought fishing poles. Beautiful scenery, fire pit, all the things. So we actually stayed in. Some people went out and went to a neighboring town to do some shopping. And then I didn't leave the house. We didn't leave. Joe and I didn't leave. I went to the market with my sister-in-laws like the first day we were there. And other than that, I did not go anywhere. And it was really nice. Definitely my kind of trip. Ooh, I like that. Like this. And then we have some space for, let's do it there maybe. We'll cover that with that. And then I have some space to either write or put some other deco down. Okay. So it was really nice. Definitely relaxing. Liked being in nature. I feel like there was a lot for us to do. And also another factor I think was, did I run out of, I might run out of tape on this one. When we went the last time, my adult nieces and nephews were teenagers. So there was a lot of thought put into kind of keeping the teenagers busy and not feeling bored, because most of us adults could just sit and read and be fine with that. I think I'm running out of tape on this. I think I have enough just to do these last 2 photos. Just make it come out. There we go. So there was a lot of that last trip, and now they're adults and they're older, and like, again, I think there was a lot of things to do while we were there. Like a lot of the boys, they fished. Do I have, I'm trying to see if I have another tape runner available. I do not. It's in my cupboard. So it was nice. We had a really good time. I came back feeling very refreshed, and it was nice. I had a migraine though, which can be expected. Typically when I'm traveling, I'm eating a lot of different foods that I don't normally eat. And I'm really good about what I can and can't eat. Like I can't eat pickles. Pickles are a no for me. I'll get a migraine like instantly. And also wine is not good for me. But weather-related migraines happen also. And the second day we were there, we had rain in the morning, and then it cleared up and ended up being a beautiful day. So that was nice. But I did have a migraine the second day. But just being able to sit and journal, and oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. We had a blast. I know I keep saying that, but we really did. Okay. Let's add in some deco. And then I'm going to write in like Poconos. I think I might add in some more washi too. But let's see. Let's do a quick little, I want to see. I like these. Wild at heart, always take the scenic route. Choose adventure always. I like that one. Wild and free. Pack light, travel far. Discover. So much to discover, so little time. I like those. And these are green. I think there's other ones in here. I'm just looking for quotes. And maybe some little like decorative pieces. Like these trees are nice. Soak up the sunshine. Ooh, I like that one. All right, I have one spot for a good quote. What kind do I want to use? I kind of just want to use like lettering. So let's try what. I know we have the ones that I just showed you, but I thought there were other ones. I think they might be blue. So let's look. But yeah, we enjoyed ourselves thoroughly, and I am very proud of myself for going on the kayak. Let me know if you've been on a kayak before. Oh, these are nice. So much to discover, so little time. Find your happy. Oh, I like that one too. I didn't leave myself a lot of room for quotes. I wonder if I can pull one of these up and like put this down here. Let's see. It's like removable tape. Maybe I can pull up this corner and kind of pop it in down here and give myself enough room for another quote. Okay, I like that. Because I do like, find your happy. To travel is to live. Born to wander, finding paradise wherever I go. I like that one also. Ooh, there's so many good ones. All right. Let's see. Getting a little distracted. Always take, wander, repeat. Choose adventure. All right. I like always take the scenic route. Choose adventure always. Let's do this one. And we'll pop this one in right here. Choose adventure always. I like that. We'll do one over here, maybe the sunshine one. I did like that one. So yeah, so we had a good time. I'm really glad we went to where we are now, and everything worked out. Like, I was kind of worried about like finances and things like that, but we didn't do anything. Like, we all brought food, and that was like the only thing we kind of like this one too. I'll put it here. Soak up the sunshine. I don't mind if there's like a bunch of quotes. So we went to the market, we bought some food, we had tons of like ham. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law brought 2 big like spiral hams. Delicious. Oh my gosh. I can't even. We ate them for days. Like breakfast, we had like ham and eggs, and then like we had some with lunch, ham sandwiches. It was just very good. So it was nice. It was very nice. All right, let's see. What else can we add in here? I do like, there's stuff here. We didn't really do like camping, but this is very outdoorsy stuff. I do like these trees, but I don't necessarily like how they're gold. Maybe we'll do some sticker surgery, and we will cut up some of the other trees. Let's see. Away we go. I like that one. Wild and free. Say yes to new adventures. Let's see if I can get this one to fit here. Say yes to new adventures. I'm going to smush that in too much, but let's see if I can move it, because I can't really see the top part. I was trying to smush it in to see if we could see it. Okay. Okay. Let's do go outside. We're going to save that one for a second. So I do like this one. Say yes to new adventures. Whoops. Oh, I did pick up a little bit of that. That's okay. So I think that'll work there, and I can still write in the trip there. And let's do, can we do it here? Go outside. Go outside. All right, let's see. So yeah, we ended up coming home with all the money we went with, except for a few dollars that I used at the market and gas, which we had already budgeted for. So it was really nice. It's funny because we went to go see Inside Out 2. Is it Inside Out? Yes, Inside Out 2. So we have these green trees, but these are, I don't know if I want to use the shiny ones. Maybe we can use some of these and kind of cut them up a little bit. So yeah, so the kids and I went to go see Inside Out 2 when they got out of school, so at the beginning of summer. And it's funny because Anxiety makes her grand entrance. And oh, that's cute. I felt that so much. I could relate to it. And Anxiety does this thing where it tries to keep you safe, like they even say in the movie. She's trying to keep you so safe. It's not trying to harm you, but you know, Anxiety can go a bit overboard with that kind of stuff. So basically, going on this trip, the lead up to it, I was very anxious. I was very nervous. Like, you know, I worry all the time about our finances and probably things that I don't necessarily need to worry about as much as I do. And I'm trying to be better about that because once we were there, everything was fine. Everything was great. And we had a grand old time. And it's the best part was being able to spend time. Joe has a very large family. He's got 4 siblings, and then all the siblings have like families, and then some of the families have grandkids. So there is a lot of us now. And it's amazing and I love it. But when we go to visit, for holidays and stuff, you know, it's tough around a holiday because it's a holiday. So, and you're visiting in town. So it's like you try to get out to go see two of his sisters live in Pennsylvania and his mom. And then another sister and his brother live in Virginia. So like we kind of sometimes take turns. Like I realized I had said to my sister-in-law, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, it's been 2 years since you came to visit us, because they came to visit us last fall. And I'm like, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was. And you know, it had been almost 2 years since we had seen his brother also. So being able to see everybody and then spend that nice quality time was really great. And I must say, my kids being older was nice also. So the last time we went, I want to say they were probably 4 and 6, somewhere in there. And there was a lot of entertaining of young kids. And Weston was tough when he was younger. He's gotten much better, the maturity aspect of things, all the things. So it was tough. Like, when I say tough, I mean, like, we're all trying to decide what we're doing, and then all of a sudden a decision's made, and it's like, okay, we're leaving right now. He had trouble with the transition part of things. So this trip was a bit better. We didn't have to worry about stuff like that. He did much better with the transitioning. We didn't go anywhere really this time, but like if we wanted to go do things, he was like ready. So, and like he wanted to fish. I was so proud of him. There's a picture of him here with my nephew, and they're fishing. And I thought that was really cool that he wanted to fish like that. My issue was trying to be okay with, like, for instance, one of the days Joe was going to go fishing with his brother, which is great, fantastic, wonderful, right? They were going to go across the lake, which was pretty big. I like, this is probably a good, like, it spanned all the way. So it was a very large lake. If you're familiar with Lake Harmony, that's where we were. But so anyway, so yeah, sorry, I was like reading stickers. So my Finding Paradise Wherever I Go, I kind of like that one. Let's try this one. And we'll put it here. Finding Paradise Wherever I Go. So Weston, Joe was gonna go fishing with his brother across the lake and my nephews. And then Weston was wanting to go fishing. So I said to Joe, I said, just go across the lake. He was gonna like keep an eye on the time, so he could come back and we could do some fishing. And then another group of the family went shopping. So it was like great opportunity to kind of like just do your own thing. So he went, trying to see where I could put this if I wanted to. I can't. So he went across the lake, and I told Joe, just, you know, get a fishing pole ready, because I can't do that. I don't know how to, like, you know, I've never been fishing. Actually, no, that's a lie. I went fishing once when I was young, but I was really young, and I went with my uncle and my cousins. So I was like, get the line ready, so this way he can fish. I'll sit on the dock with him. I'll put my bathing suit on, and we'll just hang out. And, you know, how hard could it be? Right? So, and I was telling Spencer to come outside, and, you know, we could go fishing and all that stuff. Well, my kids, so those 580 steps that I was telling you about, so this was the level I was on. Let me see if I can bring this up. This was the level we were on. And then there was another very large flight of stairs there. So I went up to the top, and I got my bathing suit on, and, oh no, I'm sorry. I got my sunblock, I got my book, I got my journal, I got everything, and I brought it downstairs where the fire pit was, and that's where the dock was. And Weston had been down there. Joe was stringing up, I don't even know if that's what it's called, but he was getting the fishing poles ready. And he And Weston was down there with him. I'm not going to use this one, I don't think, because there really isn't a good place for it. So I went upstairs. I was like, you know what? Let me get my bathing suit on. So this way I can like, if just in case something happens, we get in the water or, whatever. So I go get my bathing suit on, and I come out like 2 seconds later. I come out, and Weston's sitting on the couch on this level where we were staying. And I'm like, why are you here? And he's like, oh, I don't feel like it anymore. I'm like, really? Because all my stuff was down where the fire pit was. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I said, well, I'm going to go sit by the fire pit since that's where all my stuff is. I'm not going to run down and go get it and come back again. So he was like, okay. And Spencer, at that point, she decided to hop back in bed again. She wasn't sleeping very well, so she was feeling tired. So she hopped back in bed again, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go read. I have a goal to finish reading my book by the end of the month, and I didn't finish my book, but I got a good amount of reading in. And I'm like sitting by the fire pit, and I'm, got my feet up, and I'm reading, and I'm having the best time, kind of. And then I start feeling guilty because my kids were inside. But here's the funny part about that. After I checked in with them, because again, with the text messaging and all that stuff, because there was no way of them hearing me, I decided, because they were like, no, we're fine. Like, they weren't hungry. They didn't need anything. They were happy. They were watching like YouTube, which is like, the modern day version of TV. And I was like, you know what? They're old enough where if they want to come out here, or if they want to do something, we can talk about it and go do something. But if that's what they're happy with doing, this is also their vacation. And if they want to just relax, then that is totally fine. And it took me a long while of internal talking to say, no, it's okay, and not feel guilty. But I did it, and I ended up reading and doing some journaling. Oh, why can't I cut this? Can't see it very well. There we go. Come on, sticker. Being difficult. And I enjoyed just kind of having some quiet. But to get to that point, it took a minute. But I made it happen, and it was nice. And then Joe ended up coming back, which was kind of cool. It was like good timing because I had just heard from the kids at that point, because about an hour had gone by, and the kids were like, hey, we're getting hungry. So I was just kind of packing up my stuff to head in to go make them lunch. And Joe ended up coming back, and we had lunch, and then we ended up going back out, and that's when we went in the kayaks, and Weston did some more fishing. The other group of the family that was off shopping had come back, and they got in some tubes and went on the paddle boards. It was a lot of fun. That was a good day. So, this came out nice. All right, I think I'm going to erase this line for right now, and we're going to write in. Now, how do I want to write it? I could write it in, I pulled these colors, these Tombos, because I kind of went with the theme. But let's do, do I want to do my Tombow for the Nesque? I think I want to write Lake Harmony. And I already have the 2024, so I can just write Lake Harmony. But how do I want to write it? Okay, let's practice first and see how big it's gonna be. That's gonna be too big, maybe. Lake and then Harmony. I don't think I spelled that right. That's just how I roll around here. Let's see if I can look this up so I can spell it correctly. I don't know why I'm thinking I'm not. Sometimes that's also my problem, where I'm like, oh, that doesn't look right. And it's completely right. Yeah, I was right. See, that was one of those instances. can write a little smaller, and maybe we'll throw in some of this yellow. All right, we're gonna go for it, guys. No, we're gonna pencil it in first because I really don't want to mess this up. Usually I'm like, whatever, when it comes to my planner, but this is a special page. So, like harmony. And then we can write it maybe like family reunion. Do we like that? Or, sorry if I'm shaking the camera, I'm moving my desk. Or I can write in harmony here. I just have to do it smaller. I need to get my better eraser. I don't know where I put it. Oop. I think the only downfall to the trip was, okay, that'll fit there, was the 580 stairs. Like when we were kind of hanging out by the fire one night, my brother-in-law, my husband, or Joe, it was just us just sitting there. We were talking about like comparison, like how we liked it compared to the other house that we had stayed in a few years back. And oh no, I'm not gonna have enough room. All right, change plans. We're going to try to fix it. I don't know if we can. This is probably gonna, I just feel like I ruined this. Oh well, let's be creative and let's figure it out. But we were talking about the different house that we were in, and we did like that house better. It was a lot easier to get up and down the stairs and all that good stuff. But this house was nicer because it was on the lake, and we didn't really feel like we had to go anywhere. So that was nice. All right, we're going to just write in lake. Harmony. And then we'll write in family trip. And I don't need to write the date because I have the date there. I'm kind of sad that I messed this up. It's okay. We'll make it work. Maybe I could put a piece of paper on there. I probably wouldn't hide it very well. Let's see. What do we got to work with? I've got this that might work. Might be the right size. Or we could just leave it, maybe. It doesn't look terrible. I just don't like how it's big and green right there. I just had someone ask me today, what happens when you mess up? Well, most of the time I'm okay with it. Let's see if I can make this better. It's too long. This sticker probably won't come off. Let's see if it does. Might have lost its stickiness. Oh, again somewhere. Okay. Let's move that to the side for a second and see if we can fix this. So I can put this here like that. I don't mind that, so let's cut it. Do I want to add in the family trip part? Let's see. If I'm out of frame, I apologize. Family trip. All right, now let's cut this and then we'll stick this down. cut it like a little, give it a little design. And I'll round this edge off. Okay. Oh, that works. I like it. And then maybe we'll cut up that sticker. Joe's like, that. My arm did not reach far enough. Poor Joe. He's like, this is a good picture of Joe. And this one is a little too far away. All right, let's see if I can get this to stick on here a little bit better. And then that fixes my oops. We like fixing oopses. They happen. Oop. Almost stuck it to my desk. All right, so I'll do. Okay, perfect. That looks good. And then I can do a little bit of outlining. Okay, now we have this. It says, say yes to new adventures. Maybe we can just cut this off. This poor sticker is not going to stick. Something fell. Where'd it go? There it is. It's me just not cleaning off my scissors. Maybe we can do that. And we'll cut this top part. Okay. Ooh, I like that. That looks good. Maybe we can put in, let's check this book again. See if there's anything. They have flowers in here that are kind of cute, but I don't know if I want to use those. The leaf ones, I'm not sure about. Maybe like this could be a backpack, or I mean like a suitcase. It's not gonna fit. Work there. I need something like long here, or, oh, I know. Because we watch the sunrise and the sunset, mostly sunsets, but beautiful. Oh my goodness, so beautiful, so peaceful. But I think this works because, oh, that works perfect. Okay, now I just feel like I need a little bit more tape right there, but once it closes, it should be okay. All right, where is my pen? And let's just do a little bit of an outline. I'm still kind of playing around with like different ways of doing things, like different fonts and different creative ways of doing fonts or writing. So sometimes my brain does not do what I want it to do, and it doesn't see like where the shadow should be or where the outline should go, or my brain is saying one thing and really it's the other. So sometimes they look a little weird. That looks good though. I feel like I'm missing something here though, maybe. That R came out a little weird. All right, we're gonna leave it because then this is when I'm like, oh, let me try this and let me put this over here and let me do that, and then I don't like it. That looks good, just so it pops a little bit off the page. Oh, I love this. I like how this came out. I don't feel like I need to write anything because I wrote a lot here and here. So I feel like that just kind of like adds to like a little vacation. And like, honestly, it's been such a long time since we've gone anywhere with the kids like that. So it was so nice. The only downfall to it was Weston was sick. So he got sick on Thursday before we left, and then by Saturday when we got there, because it was an obnoxious amount of stairs to climb, he started like his asthma was bothering him. I gave him the inhaler. Good thing I brought mine also because his was not working like the actual inhaler. So I ended up giving him mine and he did a little bit better, but then on Sunday me and Joe were getting pretty concerned. We had done like a COVID test because we were in house with my my in-laws that are elderly, and my nine-week-old niece. So we were like, all right, let's double check. It wasn't that. And then thankfully, because Sunday we were like, oh no, let's call the doctor. He had a little bit of a fever the night before. He was still having trouble breathing. But with the inhaler and some Motrin and all that, I have asthma too, so I know what it's like to try to control it. he did okay. And then that Monday, was it Monday? Yes, because Sunday night he did some fishing. But then on Monday was when all the real action happened. We went canoeing and all that stuff, and he did more fishing. So that was the only downfall, but we bounced back. And I had said to Joe, because we're planning on going to Stationery Fest, very last minute, but I was like very nervous because it's been 13 years since Joe and I have done anything really. And we used to be super adventurous. We'd go to Vegas, we'd walk around, San Francisco. We've been to a lot of different places. We're no strangers to adventure and traveling and just kind of winging it, and also not going with very much money and like making it work. But I've been nervous about where are we going to stay and how are we going to get there and how much is it to park the car and all the things. Some of that, the logistic part of things has come with experience and age, but I was starting to like get really nervous. And then like, here's Wes, like he's sick on the trip. And I was like, that's a different kind of nervous. But I looked at Joe and I'm like, listen, if we can handle this and we can take care of him and we can look up the urgent cares and what 24-hour pharmacies open. So if the doctor wants to call something in and like, where's the nearest hospital, we can handle a 3-day trip on our own. Because I think a lot of the anxiety comes from having the kids around too sometimes and like keeping them safe and doing all the things. Although like I said to my mom this morning, I'm like, I'll probably have a different kind of anxiety when I'm away, like keeping myself alive because I have kids to go back to. But this was a nice trip. This was really great. Much needed. And I love how this came out. I think it came out really great. I'm really excited. This is the thing. This is one of the reasons why I love this planner. You can use these daily pages for whatever you want. You can use them for just, or you could not use them like I do sometimes because I'm not perfect. Like I really wanted to go back and back plan for the July 7th party at my cousin's house. And I guess I still could because I have it in other journals or like 4th of July. But like you can use this planner for whatever you need it for in the back here. And I love that versatility. I really like how this came out. And then I just pulled out my Hobonichi Cousin from last year. I was looking for something and I pulled it out and I started looking through it, and it's just really nice and it brings a smile to my face to be able to open up journals and planners and whatnot and to like see things like this and be like, oh yeah, I remember. This is nice. This trip was special and it was important, and I really loved how my kids got into nature. Like I told Joe, I was like, this whole time, like Joe loves to backpack. I've only been once. I've always wanted to go when I was a kid, but I never went. Joe and I went when I was young, before we got married. I loved it. And my dream was that I was going to do these things with my kids, but we never did. Like there was a rough patch that Joe and I went through, like not together as in a relationship, but just financially and all the things and everything with Weston and all the things. It took a lot for us to kind of like come back from that and like remember who we are, and like gradually over the years we have, but I think this trip kind of like really sealed the deal because Joe and I are both nature people. We like to be outside. We like to be near water and the mountains and the trees, like all the things. But we've always been like, oh, we're gonna have to do that without the kids because they're not gonna, first of all, kids these days for the most part would go through some serious withdrawals if they were in the middle of the woods without a tablet or a phone. But lake life was perfect. So I think we might plan something for next summer for just the Heinzel 4 and maybe around Lake Harmony or one of the lakes in the Poconos, and have like a little cabin with either kayaks and paddle boards close by to rent or possibly included with the property, and then hang out with the family and do something like that. And I think it'd be really great. So I'm very happy and looking forward to future outdoor things with my children, even if it's just training wheels and like lake life for a little while, and then maybe little hikes or going to the mountains and like staying in a cabin and going on little day hikes, things like that. So I'm really excited. Sometimes I think when you're a parent, you kind of get stuck. You get stuck in the way things are and the routine, because routines work when you have kids. They work for you, they work for the kids, all the things. But then you kind of forget like the wild and freedom of life and the adventure of life. So this definitely reminded us Heinzels what it's like. And we're very excited, recharged, and all the things. And this came out really nice. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this. I think we've been on for way too long, so if you've made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I know we're all busy, So thank you, thank you. I hope you got some inspiration, like maybe for your own memory planning spread. And like, you know, like I was away and like we didn't do anything. So I felt like it was really perfect to have this whole section be like the vacation section. And I think it came out really cute. If you're interested in subscribing to the channel, go ahead and do that now so you don't forget, and then hit the little bell notification so you're notified anytime we come out with something new here on the channel. And if you like this video or any other video we put up, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel and we definitely appreciate it. And yeah, okay, that's gonna do it for me today. And that's it. So until I see you again, have a beautiful week and keep planning. Bye.